Hey, what's the crack? This is Oliver Keane Motion Design. This is almost like a tip, to be honest. You're getting to the end of the basic tutorials that I'm showing you, and basically I want to show you like a little tip to kind of speed up your After Effects, because you're going to get to the stage that you're going to start rendering stuff out, and sometimes rendering can be a bit tricky if you get like artifacts on your images. And when I say artifacts, I mean like any pixelation or any like bugs and stuff on your footage. That can happen sometimes with After Effects, because After Effects can be buggy and so on. So I'm just going to show you like a few little tricks to like just to do before we get to the, you know, rendering part of rendering out your final pieces of footage. So yeah, this is my last tutorial. It was basically, you know, a bottle moving with some track mats and so on. So guys, you can download this After Effects file from the link below this video, or if you're following along and already saved it from the last tutorial, you have it now open. And like you can see right now, you see this little green strip? This is basically your RAM preview. I talked about this a tiny bit in my other tutorials and so on, but this is really important because see now this is really solid right now, so it's great. Previewed it basically, and that's great because, you know, it's really fast, it's really easy and so on. But sometimes when you're using more advanced footage or more advanced scenes, this can really chug through and really get, you know, really slow. So what I'm going to do really quickly is show you purging your memory. Purging means basically clearing your memory. So this is what this is doing, this little RAM preview, because RAM is memory, of course, in your machine. You know, if you don't know that, the more RAM you have in your machine, the better, because After Effects will be faster. After Effects loves RAM, it eats it up, it's great. So if you have more RAM on your machine, the better. I have like 64 gigs of RAM on my machine, it's quite beefy. I would recommend having a machine that has at least 16 for After Effects, 16 gigs of RAM. If you don't, it's okay for like small things like this, you know, like animation wise, like this guy. But like if you're doing like full on, you know, CG stuff inside of After Effects or full on comping and rendering and so on, I would recommend having a computer, a laptop or a big machine with at least 16 gigs RAM. I will say that, you know. So if we come up here and we go to edit, okay, and see, so this button purge, and if you go all memory and disk cache, this little panel should come up. Yeah, you have to wait for it. And see, mine has, are you sure you want to delete 58.5 of your disk cache? This gets all stored somewhere, you know, and if you press okay, it'll take like a tiny bit to clear it out, but you'll see what'll happen in a second when this speeds up. This little green line is just going to go blank. There you go. You can see now it clears it. So basically all the memory that was stored, you know, I remembered your scene with that little line. When I press play right now, this will still be fast, but you can see building up there, you know, it's remembering it again. That's a good thing to know. This is only a 2-second scene, so it's not too bad. But if you have a big, say 30-second long scene, CG stuff, like flares going on, like optical flares or like crazy stuff and so on like that, be wary of this little line, because mine is clear now, yeah, because, and it's really solid because this is a really simple scene. But if you have something really crazy and really beefy, you'll have like little notches and stuff in this, because some of it's rendered and some of it's not for a preview. And when I say rendered, it's just for previewing in After Effects, not rendered anywhere else. So there you go, like that's just showing you like the purge. But I would recommend doing a purge before every time you render. Not maybe for something like this. Purge it if you see anything weird going on with your render, you know, because sometimes you might get like this line here, might look fuzzy and it might like pixelate a bit. Go up and go edit and go purge and go all memory and disk cache. But there you go, that's how you basically purge. And also to speed up your After Effects as well, come up here to edit, okay, and go to your preferences and go to general for a second. There's a lot of options in here you can play around. You can change the color of your interface and stuff if you want. But what we want to do is go to our memory and performance right here, okay? And see in our memory performance right now, my installed RAM right now is 64 gigs of RAM. So I have 64 gigs of RAM in here, okay? And I have, see for After Effects, I have mainly using nearly all of it, you know what I mean? So my RAM available is 58 gigabytes just for After Effects, and then RAM reserved for other applications is 6 gigabytes, you know? So pick whatever you want. You can scroll this along if you want, you know? So pick whatever's comfortable for you. I normally pull straight down. It can't go underneath 6 for me for sure, but like I would just pull this the whole way down and just keep as much RAM as you have on your machine used for After Effects, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's how you speed up your After Effects. Go down here to memory and performance and drag this number, because a lot of people have it like half. Drag it the whole way down to 6 or the lowest point you can go, and keep as much RAM available for After Effects as possible, okay? And when you press OK, that'll speed up your After Effects for sure. There you go, guys. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to render your stuff outside of After Effects. So see you guys in the next session, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.